morning. My name is Michelle Matuzis, and I am the author of the Empathic Oracle cards and the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards. And soon I'm going to have out Wild Elemental Oracle cards, which will be animals in the containers of the elements and the messages that you can receive from them. I'm looking forward. They're due to the publisher June 1st. So I'm thinking June 2020, typically around that area is when they'll be published. So today I want to talk about what is an empath. A lot of people have never heard the term. I hadn't heard the term until about 10 years ago. And I asked a friend, like a therapist told me I was an empath. I was going to marriage counseling before my divorce. And my friend looked at me and she said, "You didn't know that?" And I said, no, I don't even know what it is. So when she explained it to me, I went, oh, yeah, that's me, and that's weird. So I learned all I could about it, and that kind of helped me ease into the shamanic classes, and then everything just exploded. So a lot of people that are around me now that come into my life are empaths, and there's always a reason for everything. Nothing happens that's not supposed to. And when I explain what empathy or what an empath is, they have to mull it over, they process it, and I usually get texts late that night going, "Oh my God, you're so right. I can't believe everything you said connected the dots." So to me, it's a superpower. To a lot of people, it's a curse. And I can understand why, because unless you understand what it is and you know how to work with it, you get very overwhelmed by feeling other people's feelings, the feelings of places, the feelings of situations, and excuse me, you don't know what's yours and what's theirs. In the bigger picture, in the long run, it doesn't really matter because it's all energy. But in the beginning, it's nice to be able to differentiate between your energy and someone else's energy. So some of the signs that you're an empath is that you know things that goes beyond just a gut feeling or an intuition. You feel the physical symptoms of other people. And I've had this. I've been with people and all of a sudden, like, my neck starts to hurt, or my shoulder, or I start feeling a crunching in one of my chakras. And I ask them, like, "Is your shoulder bothering you? Or do you have a neck issue?" And they're like, "Oh my God, yeah, I've been dealing with this or that." So that's a big indication. And for a long time, I would feel all this and I would think, "Oh my God, what did I do?" Like, "Oh my God, do I have a headache? Why do I have a headache? Why do I have a stomach ache? What did I eat? How did I pull up my shoulder?" And then when I realized it's other people, it doesn't go away automatically. For me, it would linger, but then it would dissipate. It was almost like it was trying to get my attention. And once you acknowledge what it is, and you acknowledge the energy, then it slides away, just so you know. If that makes sense. Another sign of empathy is a love of nature and animals, usually from small children, and it goes beyond just that everyone loves nature and everyone loves animals, like a real affinity to be out in nature and it fills you up, or a real connection with animals. Like, you're the person who goes to a house and they say, "Oh, my cat hides, doesn't like anybody," and suddenly that cat's on your lap, with the owners going, "Wow, that's never happened before." That's an empathic person, because the animals recognize. The animals live on an energetic plane. Everything they do or experience is energy. So they can tell that your energy is of a higher vibration, and that they're safe around you. Another sign of empaths is having trouble in crowds. And I don't know an empath that doesn't have trouble in crowds and tries to avoid, especially the mall at Christmas time or big gatherings. It's just, you're feeling everyone's stuff, and it's just overwhelming unless you know how to process it. Even people, empaths who know how to process it really well, they get overwhelmed and they usually stay away, or they have to leave in the middle of a concert or a trip because it's just too much. Another thing is having a feeling around somebody and not knowing why you distrust them or dislike them when there's no reason to. And we say that's their energy isn't matching up with their words. So while people may say, oh, he's great, and you're like, ugh, I don't think he's great, but I don't know why. And then you start judging yourself. You're like, I'm judging. I have no reason not to like this person. You have a reason, you just don't know how to verbalize it. The reason is you feel that their energy isn't matching their words, and so there's something fake or inauthentic about them, and it puts you on guard, and you need to listen to that. That is a gut feeling, that's your empathy working and telling you to be on the lookout. So the empathic cards that we made, Steve Wilson and I took some cards out this morning because they speak to a lot of the attributes of being an empath. First one is entanglement. I'm going to put it here. And entanglement is when you're so wrapped up in someone else's energy that you start feeling their stuff. You can't experience your life without enveloping their energy with it and being part of that experience. Everyone's energy is great. We're not meant to live off the energy of somebody else. We are meant to just live on our energy and what comes in from above, creator, divine, God, whatever you want to call it. So a good practice for that is cutting cords. And I do that every night. You think about everyone you've come in contact with during the day. You envision a white light, a line, a glowing something, and you cut it. You use shears. It's just all a visualization, and you give them their energy and you keep your energy. You even do this with family and loved ones. Just because you love them doesn't mean you are supposed to live off their energy or they're supposed to live off yours. Another one is containers, and this is hard for people to understand. It goes along with duality and non-duality. We as humans, we take all our experiences and we label it. We label things good, bad. We say, I'm an accountant and that's what I do, or I'm a dancer, or I'm an artist. But by doing that, it's putting yourself in a box. And when you're in a box, the walls of the box keep you from experiencing what the universe may have available to you. So we work really hard on living outside the containers, not boxing ourselves in, because when we don't, we can see all the endless possibilities that are available to us. Another one, so predators. There's a lot these days about narcissists. I mean, there's all over the news. You can't turn around without seeing an article or a video or a book about narcissism. Narcissists and empaths are attracted to each other, and narcissists look for what they call a source. Someone to give them energy, someone to believe in them, someone to mirror back what they need to believe about themselves, and empaths are really good at that. Empaths are attracted to narcissists for a lot of different reasons, and that's a whole different book, video, whatever. But it's compassion, it's caring, it's trying to help people, and it becomes a really dysfunctional relationship. And what ends up happening is the narcissist ends up gaslighting the empath or anybody around them. I know someone who's being gaslit by a whole organization right now because it's run by a narcissist and everyone buys into that, so it becomes a culture. And that's really dangerous and it's really difficult to get out of. And you can't change something like that. You just need to walk away. So gaslighting is when the other person makes you feel like you're crazy. And being an empath, and I've experienced this in a relationship, being an empath, when someone tells you you're wrong or denies that they said or did something, and you know it, you've experienced it, you know that you would never do that to somebody else. You would never try to make somebody think that they're crazy. So you have a hard time understanding how someone could do that to you. So then you start going, well, I need to look at my role in it. I need to understand what I've done. And really, you haven't done anything. There's no role in it. typically in normal relationships, yes, we all have a role and we all have something that we've done, but in the narcissist empathic relationship, there isn't any. So you start making excuses and you start doubting yourself. And it's so hard and it's so subtle and it's so insidious to kind of cut it off and walk away. But that's what you really need to do. Let's see, last card I'm going to show you is Chameleon. And chameleon is not, a lot of people see this as being fake or being what people want you to be. How we look at it in an energetic point of view is a chameleon is someone who gives the energy of a situation what it needs. So you're able to access, say, your masculine energy if you're a woman in a situation where you need to get stuff done or you need to be more proactive. And then as soon as that situation's done, you go back to being your feminine energy. It's bringing the energy of the situation as it's needed. And it's a really strong attribute, and it's a great tool to have because it helps you move forward and get more stuff done and be more on your path. And again, I wanted this to go about 5 or 6 minutes, and now I'm at 11 minutes. So I'm going to cut this off for today, and I'm going to think about what to do for the next video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.